Hello again. It's time for our 17-month update. I will link in the description below to where we were a year ago. If you want to see, we have made a lot of progress when you look back a year. I will also give more details in a blog post, which will also be linked in the description below. So it seemed like a lot of things went wrong this week, but we're doing okay. Everything's worked out all right so far, and let me tell you all about it. Hi, I'm Liberty. Welcome to Before and Afters at Century Farms. So I just got back after being away for the day, and there was a storm that did a little bit of damage with some branches. Looks like we have a bit of cleanup to do. I thought maybe you could see better about the branches we lost. And you can kind of see up in this tree to the left a little bit where some of them came off. And there's more over there. Last month we had a scare with our gray striped cat, and this month it was the black one. So you can read my blog post for all of those details. Thankfully, Jack is doing much, much better now, and he's fine. Here is a sneak peek of the hutch that I am going to paint for my dining room. I found it for $50 at a thrift store, and then I lost the paint, so that has caused me a little bit of a delay. You could say that a lot of things went wrong this month. My husband's work car needed a lot of work in order to pass inspection, but he ended up deciding to do the work himself, which saved us about $1,000. It's such an old car with so many miles that we thought about replacing it, but that would have cost us several more thousand. So we are happy with our decision just to fix it. I found this waterproof floor molding for our kitchen to go under our cabinets. And I'm really happy that David got this installed so that food and other things don't roll under the cabinets now. I just need to caulk it and paint it to match the cabinets. In our bathroom, I figured out a solution for our electric toothbrushes. Because of the medicine cabinet, there wasn't enough room for them on the counter. And I realized that I had this little wire organizer. It's for Ziploc bags or something, and it will keep the toothbrushes from falling over if they get off balance, and there's a place for the cords to go through. And I put a piece of vinyl on the shelf there. If I want, I could hook the cords up under here. I might do that someday, or I might not. So it's nice to have these in a good spot finally. At some point, my husband and son put this wire in the attic to try to keep the birds out, but they were still getting in. From inside the attic, I could see a nest of baby birds, and this helped me to realize how the birds were getting in. After these babies grew up, I had at least 3 birds in the attic at one time, but now hopefully we have blocked them, and I just have to wait and see. My husband brought home his dad's tiller that hadn't run for many years, and he spent lots of time fixing it. It would break, he would fix it again, and on it went like that. He did manage to get it fixed enough times to get the garden tilled so that we could plant various things and sections. Here's a potato section. Somebody gave me some strawberry plants and asparagus and we planted some onions. The garden is definitely a work in progress. I need to do a lot to improve the soil, but that will take time. It's still very dry, so we are watering daily. And here's a little watermelon that has sprouted, I think. It might be a squash. Here's my black raspberry bushes. David and the kids have been working hard on the other side of the garden to level land for a pool that we bought. This is one project that they are all glad to help with. And we are thankful for some friends who came to help. On these steps, I put planters and planted cilantro and marigold, and I'm happy they are sprouting. Over here, the zinnia seeds and dill weed is coming up. Luke and I pulled a dead bush out here and way over there with the side-by-side and a strap. I put some hostas here in between these little bushes. And the peonies are blooming. These light pink ones, not so much yet, but these fuchsia magenta ones are in full bloom. As well as the irises. These are the smaller ones that were already here. I transplanted some larger ones that have already finished blooming. I'll see if I can find a picture of them somewhere. And I also have these wild geraniums. I didn't recognize them, but I'm glad I didn't pull them because they're very pretty. So I have begun to tackle the piles of dirt around the house left over from the cement being poured. I leveled out a couple other piles and then tackled this one. I shoveled at least 30 5-gallon buckets of dirt and loaded them into the side-by-side and then spread them out in some low spots, including a gully by the road. If you saw my Instagram post, you saw that somebody gave me a ton of hostas, which spurred me on to finish this side of the house. And I am so thankful for people giving me plants. They gave me succulents and some verbena, and somebody else gave me gladiolas. So I just love gardening with things people give me. And I am looking forward to putting more hostas, maybe all the way around the house. I don't know. Lastly, I got to do a really fun project this month because I signed up for Rust-Oleum's Creator Studio. I think anybody can sign up for that. And they sent me these 2 free cans of spray paint. I had the table, but I found these 2 chairs by the side of the road. If you know me, that's one of my favorite places to find things, if not my very favorite. My table was terribly rusty, so I'm really glad that I get to prolong its life. And I'm really hoping to win one of the prizes in this Rust-Oleum challenge. There is going to be some voting, and I will let you know about that so that you can vote for me if you want to. I will link to my blog post in the description below, so be sure to read that for more details, and I will be back in June with another video.